is Thursday, September 14th, 2017. I'm your host, Sarah Beal. Thank you for joining us today. On today's show, we will show you part 3 of our 3-part series covering the upcoming Cape Cod Tech Vote. We'll hear from Town Clerk Ann Quirk. Then we will talk with Director of Senior Services, Madeline Noonan, about the Healthy Living Expo happening tomorrow at the Barnstable Senior Center. And finally, we will get a legislative update with State Rep Will Crocker. But first, let's get a look at today's top headlines. The town will hold a special election next Tuesday, September 19th. All polling locations will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. This vote will decide how the town will pay for the proposed new Cape Cod Regional Technical High School. For more information on this vote and the vote that will take place October 24th, please visit www.townofbarnstable.us and click through to the Q&A located under Notifications on the homepage. The Department of Public Works will be performing roadway improvements on Osterville West Barnstable Road and Marston's Mills between Route 28 and Flint Street beginning Monday, September 18th. Improvements include milling of the existing roadway surface and installation of new asphalt pavement. Work is expected to be completed by Friday, September 22nd, weather permitting. Vehicle access during construction operations will be restricted to one lane. Motorists are advised to seek alternate routes to avoid the construction work. Operations will start promptly at 9 a.m. and run until 3 p.m., after which time traffic will be opened back onto both lanes of the roadway. As always, please slow down and use extreme caution when traveling through the road construction areas and follow posted safety signs. The town is looking for your feedback regarding existing and future use of town fields and courts. The Department of Public Works is holding an informational session regarding the town-wide comprehensive field study. The informational session will be held on September 21st at 5:30 p.m. at the Barnstable Senior Center. The meeting will include a presentation on the project and an opportunity for questions and comments. The Wings of Freedom Tour will be hosted at the Barnstable Municipal Airport this weekend on the East Ramp. This event is great for all ages to explore bomber aircrafts inside and out. The walk-through tours will be held on the 15th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. and the tours on the 16th to the 17th are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. No reservations are needed for the tours. Ticket prices for the tour is $15 for adults and $5 for children 12 and under. For more information, please visit www.cfdn.org. Up next is part 3 in our 3-part series on the upcoming Cape Tech Vote. We will hear from Town Clerk Ann Quirk.
September 19th's vote is for the debt exclusion if Cape Cod Regional Technical High School gets their new building. We have to have a way of paying for it. So the debt exclusion is to talk about how are we going to pay for it. Also on that day, I have a preliminary election. So people going to Precinct 12 are going to have 2 separate ballots that day. They'll have 2 separate check-ins and 2 separate check-outs. So don't be alarmed if you're in Precinct 12. This is how we have to do it. A debt exclusion cannot be just put on another ballot. We have to have separate ballots for that. A yes vote would mean that there will be additional taxes. We've just discussed that with Mark Milne. You know what the difference would be per household on your tax rate, which is a lot, in my opinion. It is a lot better to go that way than to worry about taking $1.6 million off of our general fund before we start doing anything. My concern as a resident, as the town clerk, and as someone who really wants to make sure you all know what's going on is I don't want to lose any services that we already have. And I can't see any other way around it if we're going to take $1.6 million away from the budget every year for the next 30 years. October 24th's vote is for the school. The school has the right as a district school to request a vote of the people in the towns that are a part of that district so that they can build a new school. We've been with Bob Sanborn and other people from the school committee. They've talked to us about the options of a new school versus taking the school as it is and trying to update what they have. I know people who have graduated from Cape Cod Regional Technical High School and gone right into a job and been on the Cape and have stayed on the Cape because they have something that they can do that is necessary for the Cape. So the vote for the school has to be on a separate ballot. That is being paid for by Cape Cod Regional Technical High School. Because this is a district election, all towns that are involved in this have to be open the same amount of time. And it is either a 4-hour window or an 8-hour window. So the school chose an 8-hour window. We will be open from noon until 8 p.m. on October the 24th in all of your polling locations. So you'll still vote where you always vote. It'll just, you can't vote before noontime. On September 19th, the vote of the people of the town of Barnstable, the majority vote is how we're going to go with the debt exclusion or not. It's however many yeses versus however many noes. Whichever one is the majority, that's what wins. Not the same thing on October the 24th because we are part of a district. So if the town of Barnstable voted no.
Coming up, we get a legislative update from State Rep Will Crocker. But first, let's find out about the Healthy Living Expo happening tomorrow at the Barnstable Senior Center with Senior Services Director Madeline Noonan. Joining me now on the phone, we have Director of Senior Services Madeline Noonan. Maddie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Sarah. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great. Thank you.
So we're going to talk about the Healthy Living Expo, which
Yep.
is happening on September 15th. What can you tell me about this event?
Yeah, we're doing this event. We're very excited to bring a Healthy Living Expo to the Senior Center on Friday, September 15th. It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we're actually offering this event in honor of National Senior Center Month, which takes place in September. And this year's theme is Senior Centers, Masters in Aging, which all the thousands and thousands of senior centers across the country, you know, that's one of the goals that we share, is to be our local you know, focal point and gateway for people to access aging resources. And we like to think that we are all masters in aging because we pretty much deal with every aspect of the aging process and helping, you know, people in our community stay in the community and help them to successfully age in place. And so really the Healthy Living Expo is an opportunity to bring a lot of vendors in the community together so we can offer a one-stop shop on the day for folks to come in and get information on all the different areas that may impact them. We're going to have people from home care agencies, from assisted living, independent living communities. We're going to have some elder law attorneys. You know, you name it, we've got it here today for the expo. So it's going to be very exciting for people to be able to come in and get really good information on all of the wonderful resources that we have.
So many great resources here in our community just to help people continue to age in place. I know that's a big thing that you guys have been working on. You also are going to have health screening from the, I think it's the county nurse, you said?
Yeah, so the Barnstable County nurses will be here as they have done in past years, and it's wonderful. They do various health screenings, including blood pressure, bone density, cholesterol screening, and they actually do sun damage evaluations as well, which is really a helpful thing that you don't get to typically, you know, go to your doctor's office and get.
No, you don't.
You know, so they pretty much do the full spectrum, and they're going to be here for the duration of the event. So we encourage people, if you haven't maybe had your blood pressure checked for a while, your cholesterol, now's a great time to do it because, you know, you don't have to pay anything. You know, they always have lots of good information to hand out as well. So we're thrilled that they're going to be a part of this. And also we're going to have some little topic talks that are going to go on for 15 to 20 minutes, including there'll be a talk on the benefits of exercise as we age, also a talk on Tai Chi and how can that can really help people prevent falls. We're going to have a talk on estate planning, which is a big topic for a lot of people, trying to kind of plan for, sort of advanced care planning, which we talked that's so important to have all your ducks in a row. We're going to have a talk on how to go about choosing home care. So we're trying to bring a lot of really good information, and education to people that they can have all their questions answered. But we also want the event to be fun, so we're going to have lots of fun on the day. We're going to have some food, and we're also, thanks to our friends of the Barnstable Council on Aging, we're going to have Cape Cod photo booth here, so they'll be doing pictures, and seniors will get to, kind of dress up and get some fun pictures to have a really fun memory of the day.
That's so fun. I think everyone's going to really enjoy getting into the photo booth and playing with the props. And
you've been here a lot, Sarah, so you know how people like to have fun over here. And we always like to kind of lift everybody's spirits. I mean, that's an important part of healthy aging as well, is, making sure that you maintain a sense of humor and, like having fun and creativity. So I think this is going to add, a little cheer to the event for sure.
That'll be great.
And another fun thing that people always love is raffles and door prizes, of which there will be many.
Who doesn't love that?
Yes. So, if you can't be in with a chance to win unless you're here. So, we encourage everybody to come in and be a part of this great event. That again, we're really trying to make sure that we're getting information to people, and this is a great, forum in which to do that.
Yeah, great one-stop shop. You can come in,
absolutely,
get answers to a wide variety of questions and things you might have, wondering about and how to do things, and you're going to have everything there that day. I think that's really great.
And particularly for people who maybe haven't been to the senior center before, it's a great time to just come in and check us out. Pick up one of our Compass magazines and see all of the, the great activities that we have going on here every day. And hopefully, people will want to come back again and participate, and, it's all going to help them live well. So that's our goal.
That's a great goal. So again, it's September 15th from 10 to 1 at the Barnstable Senior Center, right on Route 28. I just wanted to piggyback on something you said earlier in the interview. You were talking about, exercise classes, and I know that you guys have so many awesome, excellent exercise classes available to anyone from any age at the senior center. So I just want to make sure people, are aware of that. They're very reasonably priced, and you have so many things. Like you said, there's Tai Chi, you guys have yoga, Zumba, all sorts of things for people to get involved in.
It's kind of like you name it, we've got it. Because we really do have an exercise class for everybody. So, whether people have been very active and, have a lot of ability to do any kind of class. I mean, some of our classes are a little bit more high impact, like Zumba and cardio, but we also have classes to fit every ability level, every fitness level. We actually do have some classes, like a chair yoga class for people who may have limited mobility. It doesn't mean that you can't, have some kind of form of exercise that's going to benefit you. I think at the last count we had something like 22 exercise classes that we're currently offering, morning, afternoon, evening. So for people on their way home after work, we do have on Tuesdays and Thursdays classes, from like 5 to 6. So the timing is actually pretty great for people on the way home. And I have to say, we see how energized and people are after they work out. They feel good. It's a testament to people that really do stay active, that we see them aging well. And that's, again, one of our goals is to make sure that we're providing these opportunities for people to stay healthy and stay fit and stay happy.
That's wonderful.
So
you guys do great work over there.
We do. We enjoy what we do. It's a great place to be. Like we say, every day is a great day at the Barnstable Senior Center.
I love it. Great. Thank you so much, Maddie, for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
Take care. Thanks, Sarah.
We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. My guest today is Madeline Noonan. She's the Director of Senior Services. Just another reminder, the Healthy Living Expo is taking place September 15th from 10 to 1 at the Barnstable Senior Center. Thank you for joining me today, Will. We're going to discuss, the recess is ending right now for the House of Representatives, and you guys are getting ready to start back up. Do you want to talk about maybe some of your plans you have coming up for this upcoming session?
Sure. Yeah, we're just going back after, for the most part, the month of August is the legislature is pretty much a recessed for the House of Representatives and for the Senate. The idea is to go back into the district and meet with the people in the district, and I mean, you have a little time off. So that's over now. We're back to work this week, and some of the things that we're going to be working on are some of the bills that I have proposed early on when we filed the bills back in January. Some of those bills have moved on. Some of the things that I'm pushing is one of the bills that I was asked to file by some of the chiefs of police down here in the Cape, particularly in Barnstable and Yarmouth, is a bill which makes assault and battery on a police officer right now is a misdemeanor. It would become a felony because right now it's an interesting equation in that if you injure a police dog or if you injure a police horse in the commission of a crime, it's a felony. You can get up to another 5 years. But if you assault a police officer, it's a misdemeanor. So the chiefs of police have asked for this bill to be filed, and that assault and battery on a police officer would now become a felony. So you'll get an extra 5 years tacked onto your sentence for whatever you get. And we had a hearing earlier this year in committee on that, and I had a number of chiefs submit written testimony, and some police chiefs came up and actually testified in person on the bill. So we had a lot of traction on that bill, and I'm really hoping that we'll be able to move it on out of committee and get it to the floor, to be able to get it through its procedural votes on the floor, and then get it to the floor to actually vote on it, to be able to debate it and be able to vote on it. That's one of the bills I'm working on. Another one is a bill that would give tax breaks, tax credits to family members who devote their time and sometimes their treasures to other family members as caregivers. We have a very aging population here on the Cape, and a number of us, myself included, I'll say, take some of our time and some of our talent and some of our treasures to be able to take care of older members of our family. And that can be a financial strain as well as an emotional and physical strain on the younger family members, and I've just felt that those family members should get a break on their taxes for taking care of the members of their family who, for whatever reason can't take care of themselves.
Oh, I think that's really great because, you're right. There's this aging community here. A lot of people, are stepping in because their parents aren't, they don't want to go to the nursing home, they don't want to get assisted living, and they want to stay in their home, so that, the family members, have to step in and really help out a little bit more. So I think a tax break for people who are, helping with that, I think that's a great idea, and I hope that gets,
We've had a hearing on that in the Revenue Committee, and again, we're working to get that pushed favorably out of committee and onto the House floor. That's another one. One of the other things that I'm working on is something which is a home rule petition. As a Barnstable Town Councilor, we voted, we had to create a Charter Review Commission, and I was on the Charter Review Commission, and we've come up with a number of changes that we'd like to propose to the people in Barnstable. The council's not taking a vote on it. It would be a referendum vote of everyone in the town, and we've come up with a couple of changes. And because they're changes to the charter, the way the town runs, they have to be approved in the legislature. So we go through something which is called a home rule petition. Once these changes got approved by the council, and they were approved earlier this year, it now goes to the representative, in this case me, as well as the council member, for me to push it through the legislature. We have at this point in time, we haven't had a committee meeting on it yet. So this fall, I'll be working with the people where this bill will fall, which is regional government. I will be pushing as soon as we get back in, as soon as we get these things moving along further, asking the chairman of the committee to have a hearing on this, because this needs to be voted by the members of the town of Barnstable, voters in the town of Barnstable, and hopefully this fall. So I need to turn up the heat on this one.
Yeah, there are a couple votes coming up, but I assume that would you be looking for the November 7th vote? Is that your goal?
That is what we'd like to be able to do. Yes,
yeah.
We're trying to get it on the November ballot. So
Yeah.
we need to turn the heat up on the chairman of the committee.
Can you just remind us what those are right now? I know that one of them is the town collector to be an appointed position instead of an elected?
There are a number of changes we
Okay.
want to make. Some of the larger changes are we're trying to more clearly define what the terms of a town councilor are. Right now, as it stands, it's 4 terms or 3 terms or 12 years. Now, 3 terms is difficult because some council members had only a 2-year term. So does that include when you get to 3 terms? Most councilors get 3 4-year terms to add up to 12.
Right.
But in some cases, 3 terms only add up to 8.
Right.
Or 10, depending on how it's
adds
staggered out.
Yeah.
So we're trying to more clearly define exactly what the term of a town councilor is. And the other major change is the town collector's position would become an appointed position. The town manager would appoint that position as opposed to it being a position that the town members of the people, the voters in the town of Barnstable. I'm not necessarily really in taking the vote away from voters, but this is a situation, a position that's has really gained in stature as town revenues become much more complex. So the person that is the collector really needs to be a very a professional and has experience in that thing. And I think that that's something that the town manager, because he appoints all the other members
Right.
of his administration, he should be able to appoint this one, I think, as well.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for coming in and joining us today. Give us an update on what you've got going on up on Beacon Hill. And I look forward to chatting with you again next month.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Now let's find out what's happening around town in today's community calendar. The Osterville Farmers Market last day is this Friday, September 15th. The Farmers Market is open from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Osterville Historical Museum. You can pick up fruits and vegetables, fresh baked bread, and so much more. Parking Day is happening tomorrow at Bismore Park. Parking spaces will be repurposed into park-like areas for artistic expression, recreation, and social exchange from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. During this free event, you can explore a teepee and create textiles from reused fabrics. You can weave using a hula hoop, enjoy the Lido deck of the SS Barnstable, play parking plinko, and so much more. Thank you for joining us today. We will be back tomorrow with another great show for you. We will have a look at this weekend's open streets. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Beal.